we're back. It's the next day. Don't mind the zipper showing. I have not pressed this. I usually do not press my linens because I cannot be bothered. I unpicked the seam of this, the bottom seams, and I pressed them and repinned them now, and I get about a centimeter out of it, which, I mean, it's still not great, but it's better. However, I've done two different things. This one, it's done the traditional way. So what you do is you use a tape. I've used bias binding, but you can use a ribbon or a cross grain ribbon or anything you might have to stop stitch that over the hem, then fold it inward. Previously, you might be able to see that's the original hem. So I had folded it in there, sewed it down there. That will probably come out with a wash. I don't know if that will remain visible. It might be. And I have now folded it inward on the actual seam line, which gives me about a centimeter. Here I have used the binding to actually bind off the edge, which gives me, I think it's about 1.5 centimeters, maybe even 2 centimeters. And I do like the length of this. But I think I would like a different color of bias binding, which is annoying because I actually do not want to take this off because the insides at some points has kind of disintegrated a little bit. So I am worried about picking this off and then using another color of binding. I would like to use like this dark green color here. Yeah, this does give me almost 2 centimeters extra. Definitely 1.5 centimeters. If I'd used a wider binding, that would be great. So I think I'm gonna go for that. And I might just be really, really lazy, or maybe even just be careful and use an extra wide binding to basically top stitch it over this one. Yeah, you can see it here. So this is kind of losing its threads, and I do not like unpicking it over here when it's kind of disintegrating over here, so we'll see. I did, by the way, start on the green one for a reason, because I knew I would have more trouble with that as I did not have as much to take out there and drop as with the blue trousers, because the blue trousers, I think I have about 6-7 centimeters there to drop. Also, I'm not as put together today as I was yesterday. I just went through my stash and I found these 3 fabrics that might fit, but I found this. And this is the absolute perfect color. And the fun thing about that is it's a linen. So I'm going to make binding out of that, just straight binding, because this doesn't need much else there. And I'm probably going to make it a little bit wider, make it like a cuff, and then add probably, I hope, around 2.5 to 3 centimeters. Look what I have. So I decided to go work on these trousers. These are the blue ones that need rehemming, and I thought I had about 5 or 6 centimeters in this. This is apparently 7.5 centimeters, so that is awesome. And then I unpicked it. This is like another, I just measured it. It's 4 centimeters extra, so I have 11, 12 centimeters to drop this. So this will still have an absolutely glorious hem. I ended up having so much fabric left within that I could do the alteration completely from basically the inside. So I have the same hem width, which I am very thrilled about. This is 7.5 centimeters, and there's 1 centimeter basically folded under somewhere here. There it is. At the same time, I did something else. I tacked the fly down because, as you can see here, it kept on catching on that. And that was really annoying when taking on and off. So I've now completely stitched this down, and I've tacked the rest down a little bit. Not up here, because that's fine. Just down here. So now this one can go back into my wardrobe as well. And I get to tick off another project from the list. 2 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go. The final project I want to work on today is this. And this is what I call a patchwork bear. That is what it's supposed to look like. And this my mom bought for the dog. and the dog completely tore it to shreds. And you can see I've already patched some things up, but there's still work to do. I would like to get this finished, just because I'd like to have this. I've got some fabrics from a quilting store that I'm using on it. And there are a few pictures on my Instagram that showed in a bit more detail. And I'm just basically making the patches one by one and sewing them on. And this is where I'm doing it. And I'm absolutely in love with this chair. And that's more stuffed animals there. So I'm just gonna sit, put on a video. I have some tea, I have some snacks somewhere. And I'm just gonna do this.